I reported my boss to the labor board for making us work off the clock, and now half my coworkers won't even look at me. They say I snitched and put everyone's jobs at risk. What they leave out is that we were working for free. Our boss knew it, and he was betting we'd all be too scared to say a damn word. So before you judge me, hear me out, and you tell me, am I the asshole? I'm 27. I was a shift lead at a busy restaurant. Good team, decent tips, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone. And for a long time I liked it. The problem wasn't the work. The problem was our manager. I'll call him Rick. And one rule he had that he was very careful to never write down. The rule was this: when the clock hit the end of your scheduled shift, you clocked out. But you didn't leave. You kept working, cleaning, restocking, cashing out, sometimes another 30, 45 minutes, off the clock. Unpaid. Rick dressed it up as being a team player. He'd say labor costs were tight, that corporate was breathing down his neck about overtime, that the real ones stay and finish. And if you actually clocked out and left, you weren't a team player. Rick made your life hell. Worst shifts, cut hours, cold shoulder. So everybody clocked out and kept working. For years. That was just how it was. Let me put a number on it, because the number is the whole point. For me, it was about 45 minutes a night, 4 or 5 nights a week. That's roughly 3 unpaid hours a week. Over a year, that's more than 150 hours of work I did for $0. Now multiply that by a staff of 15 people barely clearing minimum wage. Rick was quietly saving that company and making himself look like a budgeting genius on stolen labor. And for a long time, I did exactly what everyone else did. I clocked out. I stayed. I told myself it was normal. 2 things flipped the switch. The first was a new hire, a 19-year-old single mom who told me one night, almost in tears, that she couldn't figure out why her paychecks were so much smaller than she expected. So I did the math with her, right there. Rick's little team player rule was eating a full shift's worth of pay out of her check every single week. She wasn't bad with money. She was being robbed, and she didn't even know there was a word for it. The second thing, I found out it's not a gray area. Making employees work off the clock isn't a tough boss quirk. It's wage theft. It's illegal. Flat out. I looked it up at 2 a.m. because I couldn't sleep, and there it was in plain English. So I went to Rick first. Quietly, one-on-one, respectful. I told him I didn't think we should be working off the clock anymore, that it wasn't legal and that people were struggling. I gave him the chance to just fix it. Rick laughed at me, told me that's how restaurants work, that I was being dramatic, and, I'll never forget this, that if I didn't like it, there were 10 people who'd take my job tomorrow. Then, shocker, my hours got cut the next week. Pure coincidence, I'm sure. So I filed a report with the labor board. I documented everything, schedules, clock-out times, the closing tasks, the whole pattern. And I was honest with a couple of coworkers about what I'd done. And that's when I became the villain to some of them. A couple were genuinely furious, said I stirred the pot, that Rick was going to make it worse for all of us, that I should have just dealt with it like everyone else. One told me I was risking the whole restaurant because I couldn't stay 45 extra minutes. Now, I'll be fair because I always try to be. My coworkers' fear is real. Investigations bring tension. Rick did retaliate in little ways, and for a few weeks it was genuinely uncomfortable for everybody, not just me. If the place had gone under, that'd have hurt people who never asked me to fight this fight. I carried that. But here's where I land. We weren't just dealing with it. We were being stolen from, on a schedule, by a man who called theft teamwork. That single mom wasn't bad with money. She was working a full extra shift a week for free without even knowing it. I gave Rick the chance to fix it quietly, and he cut my hours instead. The tension didn't come from me reporting the theft. It came from the theft, and from a boss who bet we'd all stay too scared to name it. So let me read you the verdict. Top comment. NTA. Off-the-clock work is wage theft. Full stop. You didn't snitch. You reported a crime your boss was committing against 15 people. A reply: 10 people would take your job. Then he cuts your hours. That's not a coincidence. That's illegal retaliation. Document that too. But a fair one. Soft YTA only for looping coworkers in before it was resolved. That dumped the stress on people who didn't choose the fight. The report itself was 100% right. That's fair. I could have kept it quieter until it was done. And the top reply of them all: everyone just dealing with it is exactly what a wage thief counts on. You weren't a team player for staying. You were free labor. Good on you for naming it. So where's it at? The investigation went through. The off-the-clock rule is gone. People are getting paid for the time they actually work, including, quietly, some back pay. A few coworkers still won't talk to me, and that single mom bought me a coffee and cried. I'll take that trade every single time. So you tell me, am I the asshole for reporting my boss for making us work off the clock? NTA or YTA? Be honest in the comments. I can take it. And if you've ever been told that getting robbed is just how it works, you already know this one. Hit subscribe. This channel's for you.